Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll start a series on these pecan logs that I picked up a couple of years ago. A friend of mine who's a realtor in Dallas filled me in on a house that she was listing, and a big pecan tree had fallen down and asked me if I was interested in any of the wood. I said I absolutely was, so I went and picked up these chunks as you can see in the first picture. Cut them up with the chainsaw, and first things first, I'm going to make a cutting board for her as a thank you for getting me hooked up with the wood. So here we go. The first step, since I didn't do a great job of getting it completely flat with my chainsaw, was to run it through the planer a few times. My planer's out of commission, so I had to go to my dad's shop and use my granddad's old planer. It's a really cool piece of machinery. It's an old bell saw, and it's just really awesome and it's fun to use. Since I'm going to leave this as a live edge board, I decided to just cut two ends square. They're parallel to each other, so it's kind of a parallelogram shape, I guess you'd call it. Typically when you're working with live edge, you want to knock the bark off because that's where bugs like to live. One edge actually fell off from the time I put it in my truck to the time I got back to my house. The other edge I kind of had to mess with a little bit and try to hammer it off. Now I tried it first with a chisel to break off the big chunks, but I could see some separation was starting right at the outer layer of the bark. So I just flipped it over and hit it with a hammer a couple times, and it fell off really easily, and I didn't even have to clean it up hardly at all. And the next step was to sand it. I sanded up all the way 80, 120, 150, 220 just to get it smooth. Then on the edges you just want to get rid of any stringy parts of the bark that may be left. It's really a pretty simple sanding job though. And once that was done, the best part of any project is putting on the first coat of finish. This wood is really unbelievable. When I saw pictures of pecan wood before, it just kind of looked a little plain, but this had some spalting in it and some figure and just really cool looking wood. It's going to make a great cutting board and a great conversation piece. Now here you can kind of see some of the waviness of the outside edge and just some of that beautiful spalting that runs all the way through it. Really cool board. And I figured I had a couple little chunks left, so I might as well make a pin out of this wood and see what it turned out to look like. And it turned out about like the cutting board. Just really cool, unique wood. And another good thing about it is it's not quite as hard as some of the other pecan I've worked with in the past. Really smooth turning wood. And I've just been finishing my pins with a little bit of paste wax at a really high speed. It seems to turn out really nice. Now this is a really cool piece of equipment that I got. It's about 40 bucks on Amazon. It's a pin press, so much easier than trying to clamp pins together. Makes it so much faster. Not quite as fast as the video makes it look like, but less than a minute for each pin, and there's a lot less strain and a lot less worry about the pin blowing up while you're trying to put it together. So highly recommended if you're planning on getting into making pins. And here's kind of some close-up views of what the pin looks like, and I sign my name with every pin just to make sure they work. Well, that's it for this time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed this stuff a lot. These are both quick projects, but it's fun to see how cool this wood turned out to be. This is part one of hopefully many parts on this wood. It should be some really cool projects coming up soon, and hopefully you stick around to watch them. Subscribe if you aren't already, and give the video a like if you haven't. Appreciate it.